Hello, I'm Lois Vallely, Chief Reporter for Money Marketing. I'm here at the magnificent Emirates Stadium for MMi London, and I've managed to grab 5 minutes with Tim Orton from Aegon to discuss ESG. Hi, Tim. ESG is obviously a term which is bandied about a lot, so I wanted to start by asking you what ESG means to you.
I think ultimately ESG is really just about good practice. Whether it's about being a well-governed company or being very climate aware and trying to affect the transition there, that's really the basics.
Obviously, we've had the COP26 climate change conference, which concluded recently with the Glasgow Climate Pact. What sort of effect has that had? Would you say it was a success? How has it affected how people think about climate and ESG?
Yeah, so politically, I think it was a step in the right direction. There were some new and stronger commitments from different countries, which is helpful, but not enough to affect the climate transition that is required to keep temperatures to protect the world. So I think the most interesting thing, though, was that the government's committed to come back the following year, which was new and just demonstrates something around the urgency being recognised. The big thing, I think, for me was around the presence of financial services as well, and the fantastic opportunity that we've got as an industry to be part of the change and use our influence as owners of assets in different ways to seek to be part of that change.
Over the past couple of years, we've obviously had this COVID pandemic. What sort of effect would you say that's had on sort of how companies view ESG and climate impact?
It's certainly been a moment of reflection or a period of reflection for lots of people, be it individuals or businesses, around some of the important things in life and important things in the world. So I think it's crystallized in people's minds that the fragility of the planet that we're on, and what we can do to make a difference to that.
So what are some of the ways that financial advisors can help clients make decisions about what ESG investments to go for?
So I see this is a new dimension really in a financial advice practice. And certainly clients will become increasingly interested and want options. And the regulator will become increasingly interested in business practices and what financial advisors are doing to incorporate the sort of considerations that are needed going forward. So really it's looking end to end. I think you can look at fact finds and how actually advisors gathering the needs and wants of different clients, looking at the centralized investment propositions that advisors use and how do you climate proof that? How do you provide options where required for different strengths of solution, be it screening out some of the most harmful components in funds or something more thematic that might be more of interest to certain clients. But it also goes beyond investments. I think it goes into the actual practice itself and starting to think about the skill sets in the business and really understanding the issues and operationally business practices and how advisors are considering their own carbon footprint. Because at the end of the day, every business in the UK will, I think at some point, be having to demonstrate what its carbon footprint is and what it's doing about it. So advisors can start to think about that and start to think about how they can maybe make some changes in the way they run their businesses to be ready for that change.
Finally, I just wanted to ask, we're obviously here at the magnificent Emirates Stadium. Why is it important for Aegon to be part of this event today?
It's really important for us to be a responsible business as part of the communities that we operate in, for our staff, and for wider society, really. We're keen that everybody makes the best of their financial well-being, and part of financial well-being can be really around understanding the impact of your investments and the money that you hold, as well as how much money you've got. So being part of trying to gravitate towards a more sustainable world is absolutely core to what we're trying to achieve as a business.
That's great. Thank you so much for joining me, Tim.
Thank you.